unpopular opinion. We live in a world where a man has to be financially stable just to date a broke woman.
I wouldn't necessarily say date broke women, but I will say that a lot of women need to stop demanding things from men that they cannot afford for themselves. But before we get into today's video, I would like to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel because, guys, I'm at 16,000 subscribers. And I know this is just a number, but still, I'm just imagine me standing on a stage and it's 16,000 of you just listening to what I'm saying. And it just, I don't know, it makes my heart smile. So thank you everybody for showing up, showing love, sharing the message, and just commenting, liking, and subscribing. It is highly, highly appreciated. With that being said, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back. Let's get right into today's video where I would like to talk about, as I said, women expect way too much out of men that they cannot provide for themselves. So women really need to stop talking down on a man if he doesn't drive the car that she desires. Women need to stop talking down on a man if he is not willing to pay for that fancy vacation that she would never, ever pay for herself. Women need to stop complaining at men if they don't want to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a restaurant visit where these women know they would never pay that money if they would take them out themselves. The dating game is becoming very problematic for a lot of modern Western women because now they're realizing they cannot use their looks as currency anymore because men are coming to the realization that they don't have to simp for a woman. They stopped simping for women a long time ago. And I'm talking about these real men on here. I'm not talking about those men who are sending women money through Cash App and through Apple Pay just to talk to these women. I'm not talking about them. So with that being said, ladies, men will be able to tell whether if you have the freeloader type mentality or if you're actually able to afford a certain lifestyle yourself, which will make the man understand that you are humble, that you know what it means to work for something, that you know what it means, how much things actually cost. You know, a lot of women, they expect their men to make six figures, but they cannot name one or two or three occupations besides NFL players, besides NBA players, where men actually make that type of money. Which goes to show you that these women really don't care about what those men do. All they care is about what's in his pocket.
See, ladies, I keep trying to tell you, we're not the only ones looking for a big, strong provider. There are some men out here, straight men, who are also looking for a big, strong provider. They want to know what you bring to the table. They want to know if they could go half on some bills or can you take care of them. They want to know if they can get some princess treatment. They want to know if they could be passenger princess. Like some of these men are so jealous of women, they want everything they feel that you are entitled to. A man with a provider mentality isn't worried about what you make. He's not worried about your money. He doesn't care what kind of job you have. He doesn't care about the benefits. He doesn't care about any of that because he's going into the relationship expecting to provide and take care of you and his children. But men like this, you think that you're exposing women, but you're really exposing yourself. You're letting us know that you're broke.
So if a man is not willing to spend his money on a woman that he barely knows, doesn't even know if the woman is worth all of his time, effort, and money, he's automatically broke. So if we use that concept on all these women out here, what does that make you look like? Don't you look broke and desperate? I believe that a lot of you are, because if it wasn't that case, you would not be expecting men to pay for everything. It is 2024. How is it that women scream for equal rights whenever they feel like they should have equal rights as a man, but when it comes to being in a relationship, when it comes to paying for stuff, they just all of a sudden, they want to be the woman. They want to be the lady. They want to be the lady when the most of them don't even know what it takes to be a lady because they're just so masculine. Besides, if it's that easy for a man to pull out his wallet all the time and pay for everything and women think that that's just how it should be done, why don't you try to walk in a man's shoes and pay for everything? Why don't you go to work, pay your bills, and then worry about how much you have left to actually impress a man? You would never do that. You would never do that because society and toxic feminism has taught you that you are supposed to be put on a pedestal or that man has to keep it pushing. When really all of these women who are supposed to be on a pedestal, all of them are single by choice. Single by choice because every man that's in their environment is not good enough, but those men that they are looking for is not checking for them. So it's a very unhealthy cycle. So why don't you show your appreciation for the man sometimes? You know, men want to be acknowledged too. They're not born just to impress us women. They're not born just to go to work and pay for everything. Of course, men are the providers of the family, of the perfect family. I mean, there's no perfect family, but you already know the traditional household rules and everything. Men are the providers. But then again, the woman has to be the provider of the household. Within those four walls, the woman has to be the provider, if you know what I mean, emotionally, spiritually.
You're letting us know that you're stingy and that you're cheap. Because what does it matter? You are so focused on the fact that you do paid labor that you don't fully appreciate her unpaid labor. Because you'll expect this same woman who doesn't make as much money as you or who doesn't have an actual job to take care of your kids and to cook and clean for you and to do all of these things to take care of the home. Just because those services are unpaid doesn't mean they're not valuable. But some men they only think they're amazing because they bring home a paycheck. You wouldn't be able to bring home that paycheck if you were hiring a cook, if you were hiring a maid, if you were hiring a nanny or a surrogate or a tutor or a driver or a therapist. It's like some of you only value money. But yet you'll jump on here and say that women are the ones who are transactional. These are the same men who will call a woman masculine if she starts talking about how much money she makes or her career or her degrees. You say that's masculine. We don't want that. All we care about is women who are fit, friendly, and feminine. That's what y'all will say. These fit, feminine, and flirty women, they don't always have jobs. So what do you want? Do you want her working 40 hours a week or not? Because y'all don't even know what y'all want at this point.
That mouth. Imagine you would have to come home to that mouth every single day. I'm going to tell you something that my father always says. He says a woman who's overweight, who talks too much, who talks over a man, who talks too loud is not wifey material. Did I just describe 70% of all modern Western women? Oops, I'm sorry. And yes, dear honey, a man does not care about a woman's career. A man does not care about her money, her car, or anything. Because everything that I just mentioned, that you just mentioned in that video, he can get for himself. He does not need a woman on the couch as a headache to come home to every single day. So money, car, status, a man does not need that from a woman. And let me tell you something about that femininity that she just mentioned at the end of the video. That femininity had one of my friends leave Germany, go to his hometown, meet one of his ladies, and bring her back to Germany. Not everybody here in Germany is fit, friendly, and feminine, I'm going to tell you that much. So one of my Iranian friends, he tried dating here. It wasn't for him. These women were so masculine that he was like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm going to go back to Iran. I'm going to go get introduced to some women over there, and I'm going to bring her back to Germany. And he did. This woman from the video, she was talking about that these fit, friendly, feminine women most of the time don't even have a job. That girl he brought back didn't even speak the language. But all that didn't matter to him because he cared so much about that fit, friendly, feminine woman. And guess what she did compared to all of these modern, Western, loud mouth having women? All she did was just be friendly, don't speak over him, cook, clean, be respectful, be supportive. They now live in a huge house. She has 2 kids and speaks German. So he brought her here, gave her everything that she ever probably asked for growing up as a traditional woman. And now she's sitting here, speaks different languages because of him. That's how you benefit each other's life, up level and upgrade in life.
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it. Like, we're so indoctrinated to believe that, like, we have to get married. We have to, like, aspire to, like, having a relationship, having a man in our lives. Like, the goal shouldn't be to get married. The goal should be to be happy. So if a man in your life is not making your life better, easier, happier, more enjoyable, like, there's no reason he should be in your life. At least when men settle for a partner, they get like a personal assistant, a house manager, a nanny, a chef, a therapist. What do women get when we settle for a man that treats us like less than the way that we want to be treated? We get emotionally, physically, mentally drained. It is not worth it. Once you get to the like mindset that like men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
What she just described is one of the main reasons why women are so quick to leave a relationship whenever they feel misunderstood, overlooked, when they don't feel like they get the attention they deserve, when they don't feel loved, when they feel like the man is not making them happy anymore. Let me tell you something. I've been in a relationship with one man only for almost 24 years now. The relationships are not always about happiness. Sometimes they can be more struggles than happiness. And that has nothing to do with me choosing the wrong man or my husband choosing the wrong woman. This is life. Life throws situations at us. So if you don't have one focus in mind, one goal, which is having this relationship that is going to work, having that mindset of I want to be with this man and this man only, and I don't care what comes my way, you're never going to find that guy that's going to make you happy the way you want to. You're never going to be able to find that guy who's supposed to upgrade your life, because nobody is perfect. You will never meet that perfect man who's able just to wipe out all the struggles all of your life, to heal all of your trauma, to buy everything that you want. You're not going to meet that guy. Men don't even know how to deal with their emotions properly because they have never learned how to speak about their emotions. How is he supposed to heal your trauma? Do women ever think about that? Then she says that if a man settles for a woman, he gets a personal maid, a chef, a nanny, all of these things, all of these services. But if a woman decides to settle for a man, she's just emotionally drained, which is the reason why they choose the streets over a good man. How many women do you hear saying, I left my man? I left my man because I was getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they choose the streets. What happens then is they're getting just as emotionally drained as if they would have stayed in that relationship, as if they would have chose to go to, therapy, or sit down and talk to their partner, or reach out to other people who actually are married that can give them advice. These women want to turn to the streets, and then at the end of it just feel worse than they have when they were in their relationship. And I will tell you this again, a relationship is not about a man making you happy or a woman making you happy. It's about finding happiness together. It's about being able to stick together and stick by each other's sides through challenges and create memories together and grow together. A man doesn't owe you anything. A woman doesn't owe you anything. Nobody belongs to no one as far as possession. That doesn't exist. It's all about following a purpose, building a family unit, being there for each other, understanding each other without putting your personal interests before everything else, which means sacrifice. A relationship comes with sacrifices. A lot of women don't want to accept that either. And I see a pattern. I see women demanding so much out of men. But if a man demands one thing, if a man demands respect from a woman, it's a no. Because we have a problem with shutting our mouth. We have a problem with saying the wrong things at the wrong times. We have a problem with respecting men who we see walking down the streets more than respect our men who is at home with us. I'm not putting all the blame on women. There are men who have problems too. But I think if us women would correct our behavior, our mindset, dating and relationships would function better. That's everything I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section what you were able to get out of today's message. My main message today is, dear ladies, don't demand too much from a man that you are not willing to provide for yourself or for the man, and don't expect the man to make you happy if you don't know what it takes to make yourself happy. So let's not put all the pressure on men. Let's just work, because we are in this together. Again, thank you all so much for showing up, for showing love, subscribing to my channel. I highly appreciate it, and sorry for not posting for a couple of days, but I had a couple of things I needed to take care of. Thank you all so much for sticking around. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And if you did, welcome on board. And of course, make sure you always stay positive, make the best out of all situations, stay tuned for more content, and all energy, all positive, all good vibes at all times. Thank you all so much.